is the crown.
Welcome back to the I Am Heavy Cash podcast. You already know it's your boy Don Heavy, repping for the NY and the Shy. We're going to jump right into it like I like to do because the foreplay is only for you, boo. Let's check it out. There's the pros and cons of capitalism. I see a lot of people out there, they don't really like capitalism. I'm not going to label those people. We don't like to place labels. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm all fucked up. We don't like to place labels on people here on I Am Heavy Cash because it's only about the cash. So I'm not going to talk about the group, the social group that these people that don't like capitalism mostly belong to. But I do see a lot of people complain about capitalism. So let's talk about the pros and cons of capitalism, because I think most people don't like it because they really don't understand it, or they don't like it because they only really know one capitalist and they don't really have the greatest experiences with that one capitalist. So let's talk about the pros and cons once again. First of all, understand the word capitalism, and it means just someone that just does great, makes the most of opportunity, someone that capitalizes. That's what capitalism is all about, the opportunity and making the best of it. So let's talk about these pros. I don't know how you can hate capitalism and call yourself an American. I don't know how you can do it, because capitalism is the American way. The nation, the United States, the nation was made off of capitalism. Purely off of capitalism. You know, there's wars mixed in there, but mostly off of capitalism. I don't understand how you can hate capitalism and you call yourself an American. This is America. That means capitalism rules. I don't understand how you can do that. But whatever. I'm not going to be biased today. I'm just going to talk about pros and cons. Capitalism has helped more people realize dreams than any other way of life. People come to the United States from dirt poor countries, from third world countries, from countries that have communism, from countries that have a whole bunch of other policies and regulations in place, and capitalism is not really allowed for everyone. It's allowed by some, but not for everyone. People come here to realize their dreams, and they do it with capitalism, using that word. Okay? Let's talk about something else that capitalism does. It employs the masses. What do I mean by employs the masses? That means capitalism creates jobs. Other opportunities arising from this word. Do you see? Capitalism seems to be prolific. Prolific means bearing many fruit. Capitalism, opportunity, creates more opportunities if you take advantage of these opportunities in the right way. You know, capitalism is the reason why mom and dad got a job. It's the reason why you can get a job coming out of school, you know, a summer job, if you're young like that. Or the reason why you can get that degree that you're working for to work in an institution or in some company. That's capitalism. The person that started that company was a capitalist. So, once again, I don't know what all the flack is about this word, but you know, it's a word, and words have meaning, and you know, people have opinions, and as long as people have opinions, then things like this will arise. So we're not complaining here. Just listen to pros and cons. What's another pros about capitalism? Creates more opportunity by creating competition with people that have similar ideas to the first mover, or people that feel like they can do it better than the first mover. Because who knows? The capitalist first mover might be one of those guys that just want to rake the economy for all the money. So, hey, the capitalist might be the guy that hiked up the AIDS medication to 3,000% higher. Went from $12 to $750 in a day. That might be that guy. But you know what? There might be someone else that can do it better and lower the price down to 11, or have better business operations, or have better customer service. You know, capitalism is all of that stuff just mixed into one. That's what capitalism is. That's another pro. You know, it creates culture. Like I said before, capitalism created the United States of today. The fathers of the Industrial Revolution: Andrew Carnegie, J.D. Rockefeller, Vanderbilt, J.P. Morgan. Those guys were all capitalists. Regardless of you agreeing with their practices or not, one thing is for sure, and that is that they built the country, the great country that we know today. Regardless of what you might think of them, those guys did it. They built the country that we know today, and because of that, we are able to move forward, and because of that, we became a strong nation. That's capitalism in its purest form, what those guys did. And my favorite thing about capitalism, and this is why it's my favorite thing, because we are on I Am Heavy Cash, so we only like to talk about cash. Capitalism, if done the right way, adds up to a lot of green. What green? Fetty, moolah, mucho, dinero, cheese, guap, the creme, the cream, dollar bills, y'all. That's what capitalism adds up to. You know what I'm saying? And it can be used, that green, if used the right way, it can be used to create more opportunities for other people that don't have the best opportunities or aren't able to see these opportunities as clearly as the capitalists did. You know, this money can be used to help people in other countries that capitalism isn't a way of life for them. So let's not look at it so negatively all the time. There's guys, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, these guys are capitalists. You know, but they're helping everybody. They're helping everybody around the world. So capitalism is not always a bad thing. Most often than not, if it's done the right way and seen with the right eyes, seen from a well-rounded perspective instead of a narrow, opinionated perspective, then capitalism can be seen as something just and right for the world and for society and for human beings all around, all together. But that's enough about the pros about capitalism. Let's talk about these cons about capitalism, because I said I wasn't going to be biased today. I'm going to talk about it the way Don Heavy talks about things, and that's straight up. I'm not going to give you the fake. I'm going to give you the real. This is I Am Heavy Cash, so let's talk about it. Capitalism can be a dirty game. It's a very dirty game. There's nothing fair in capitalism. It's just like war. It's war in numbers, and it's war in money, it's war in business. All right? There's nothing, all is fair. In war, all is fair in capitalism until you get caught by the regulators. You know, whoever's regulating the market that you're in. It's all fair until they pull your card. When they pull your card, then it's not fair anymore. You know, then the cheaters are discovered. But until they pull your card, you never know who's cheating, and you know, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And the regulators are the only people that can prove anything, so it doesn't matter. So that's a con about capitalism. They say money is the root to all evil. I disagree with that. I say money is the root to evil people.
Hey, shit.
Yeah, you never thought about it like that. The reason why I say that is because money's not the root to all evil. These people were evil regardless if they had money or not. Money just allowed them to be more evil and allowed them to produce more evilness, if that is even a word. Produce more evil. You know, so money just made the evil more accessible, but money wasn't evil. The people were already evil. And in capitalism, the money can magnify that. That's all it does. It just magnifies the evil in people. That's all it does. Capitalism doesn't make people evil. Capitalism just definitely checks the character at the door. Who are you when this money comes through? Who are you really? Who is the real you? That is what capitalism makes you prove to the world, especially the bigger you get and the more money you get, the more people that are looking at you, the more your problems and your advantages. So your issues and things that you do well are magnified when it comes to capitalism and the more money that you have. So that is what capitalism does. What is another thing? What is another con? Because of capitalism and because of the greed that it perpetuates in some of these individuals that were already evil before they had money, things like the business life cycle make things look a little sketchy in capitalism. Why do I say the business life cycle? It's because in capitalism, you're raising up. You're raising money, you're raising goods, you're producing products, you're producing services, and you're doing good, you're doing well. Your business is going up, you're employing people, you're creating all these opportunities, bada boom, bada bang, you're making money, everybody's making money, creating opportunities all around you. You're still going up. But then, what happens? You fizzle out. No more new ideas are coming across the table. No more new people, no more human resources are coming across the table. The money is maintaining, the same revenue, but the income is dropping because the expenses are going up. What happens then? Layoffs happen. Job cuts happen. Then you got companies like Caterpillar laying off 10,000 people because they haven't reinvented themselves since construction, since the stone wheel was created. And then you got companies like Whole Foods charging people $1 million for asparagus water. What the hell is that? What is asparagus water and why do you want it? Regardless of that, capitalism is an opportunity to take advantage of dumb people. People that don't actually understand what they're doing with their money. That's what capitalism does sometimes. It takes advantage of people that want to be taken advantage of. But these job cuts and these layoffs happen because the business life cycle, when you can't grow up, when you can't keep growing, you gotta lose some steam. And in public companies, it's all about, you gotta understand where the priorities lie. In public companies, the money belongs to the shareholders. I say it here once, I said it here again on I Am Heavy Cash. You know, I'm not only talking about the cash, but I'm helping you understand the heavy cash so you can get heavy cash. Once you understand it, then you'll start to receive. Layoffs happen. These public companies, their alliance lies with the shareholders because the shareholders own all the money in the company. That money belongs to the shareholders. It doesn't belong to the employers or the employees. So when more money has to be put into that company or that company needs more money and needs to stretch those dollars, the first people to go are the people, the most expendable people. Capitalism creates price wars. Now, this can be a pro and a con because in the pro aspect, capitalism sometimes drives prices down, like the price wars of T-Mobile and Sprint. They made getting a phone and a phone contract very, very appetizing. They made it very, very easy. You didn't have that super expensive contract or that super expensive plan to get a phone if you got in during the price wars. You know, and you read over the fine print of your contract, of course, making sure the prices didn't go up after a certain point. But that's, for someone else to talk about with you, because I'm not talking about that, heavy cash. But they can drive prices down. That's a pro. A con to this capitalism is that it can drive prices up, sky high. You can create a monopoly, then, which is illegal if they can prove that you actually have a monopoly, because there are monopolies that exist, let's be honest. Low-key monopolies that exist that aren't really monopolies by definition, but they are by character. So, they exist and they drive prices up, which make it harder for consumers to buy well-priced products and services. It makes it more difficult. So that's how capitalism can be a con. It can be bad for a society, for the American people. But, like I said, these people were already evil before they got the money. The money just magnified that. So let's change your perspective. I'm just trying to widen the vision here. Just let you see things from outside the box and all around the box and not just in the box. What's another thing about capitalism, another con about capitalism? There's definitely sharks in that water. Before you go swim in that water of capitalism, understand that nobody's your friend. Understand that everyone that is a capitalist takes it is just business, it is not personal. They take that phrase very seriously and very literally. It is actually just business, and it is not personal whatsoever. It might seem personal because it might affect you personally. However, it is not personal because they did it from a business perspective. They did it from a business angle. Whatever they did to you, whether they oppressed you or pushed you forward, they did it from a business angle. If they pushed you forward, that means they can get something out of you. If they oppressed you, that means you were too much to go against. They needed to get you out the paint completely. That's all that means. It is not personal. They did not try to kill you. They just tried to kill your business. Business. That's what happens. That is capitalism. And there's sharks in the water, and a lot of you are not prepared to swim in those waters. And then when you do swim and get that ass bit, then you don't like capitalism. Oh, capitalism for the dogs, capitalism is cheap, they're all cheaters and liars. No, those are your politicians, those are not capitalists. And just to renege on my previous statement, people will cheat the way. I already said that. There are no referees in this capitalist world. There are only regulators, and you only get regulated when you get caught, like Volkswagen. Volkswagen was cheating a very long time before they got caught. It took someone to catch them, to bring them to the light and show, yo, you guys are cheating now. You guys, this whole Dieselgate, whatever, emission scandal, they weren't supposed to do that. They knew that, but capitalism, one can make the argument that capitalism forced them to do the things they did because all they wanted to be was number one in the world. And they didn't feel the leaders and the owners of Volkswagen and the executives in charge of business operations and how it moves didn't really feel like doing things the right way was going to make them number one. They felt like cutting corners would make them number one faster. And speed kills. We hear this all the time. Speed kills. If you do it fast, it can either be good or it can be bad. It can either kill the competition or kill you. And right now, Volkswagen is suffering very greatly from these capitalistic ideas that they can cut corners, save money, produce more cars, and be the number one car provider, car maker in the world. And now they're probably going to drop a couple numbers because capitalism has led to their temporary demise. So those are the pros and cons of capitalism for everyone out there. I just want to get all these bad ideas and rumors about capitalism and capitalists to just go. Just disperse the rumors. They're all rumors. Yes, some of them have truth tied to them, but most of the time, you just have to really look at a situation and look how it applies. Look how the people in that situation and how capitalism applies to that given situation. And don't ever group one capitalist and let them represent all the capitalists that exist. Everyone's a capitalist in some sort. If you sell sneakers, you're a capitalist. If you sell weed, yes, you are a capitalist. Just to let you know, to get something across the wire on you, my friend. Thanks again. This is I Am Heavy Cash. It's your boy Don Heavy. This is the voice of Don Heavy. You already know. Follow us on Twitter at DonHeavy_invest if you want to get some up-to-date investing news. And you can also check us out on YouTube at the Black Market Watch, which is just an educational series for the beginning investor or for the well-established investor that would just like to sharpen the skills that they might have started some bad habits from the beginning. So that is I Am Heavy Cash. Tune in next time for the next podcast. Peace and love.
This program is brought to you by Her Pretty Ghost and Better New Business. Thank you for tuning in.